taste that.
You know I'm gonna use that before the intro, right? Like,
Yeah. It smells good. What is it?
this is the alkaline version of what Lucy used to make, the spinach and peanut stuff.
Okay. Say all good.
Hey, happy people. So today we are going to be making another dish from the continent of Africa, but I am alkalining it just like I did the jollof rice. So stay tuned so you can see how to make the spinach and peanut sauce alkaline style. See what we use to substitute the peanuts and the spinach. Alright, so we're back, and if you saw my last video, you saw me make a walnut butter. So this is going to replace the peanut sauce, what we used what they use for peanut butter. We're going to replace that with walnut butter. And to replace the spinach, we are just going to use some kale. So now we are going to get started here. First thing first when making this, it's called spinach and peanut sauce. I don't know the real name of it, just whenever I try to look it up, that's what it is. I once, years ago, worked with a lady, her name was Lucy. She was from Cameroon, Africa, and at Pollock's she used to bring this spinach and peanut dish, and it was amazing. She used to bring it with the fufu, the yams, and I used to love it to death. So it's been years since I've seen her, and for some reason I just thought about her and that dish, but now I try to alkaline some of the dishes that I make, because I try to do like an 80-20 alkaline, deal, vegan with alkaline tendencies, should I say. But, oh, I was checking to make sure that my oil was hot, but I let my onion start burning. So, I looked up a bunch of recipes because I really didn't know her recipe. I just remember her saying that she would buy whole peanuts and boil them. And I tried everywhere. Google, Pinterest, YouTube, all recipes. And none of them have the boiled peanuts. Like the closest one I came to was like a ground nut one. And that just didn't look like what she originally had. So I picked like a couple of the closest recipes that the picture looked like what she had normally had. So we're going to try to alkaline that today, and here we go. So first thing you need is some purple onion. This is one whole purple onion. It was a large one, so we're going to do that. And we have some oil already, some grapeseed oil already in our pan going here, and I need to turn it down because I turned it up for this, but it starts hot. And we also have, now this is not in their traditional recipe, but this I just happen to like. It is red bell pepper, just a half of a red bell pepper chopped up. I just like to add it. It is not in the traditional recipe. You do not have to add this. And we're just going to saute these down. We don't need them to caramelize or brown. We just want them to be sauteed soft. I guess I can turn that back up now. It's a little closer to me, huh? Don't try that at home, children. Alright, so while we're waiting on them to saute and do their thing, another thing that I am substituting, they usually have water. I am substituting my own homemade veggie broth. And usually in some of the recipes they calls for chili powder, like not American chili powder you put in your chili, but like chili powder, the pepper itself. I personally am not going to put that in because if you know me, you know I don't do spices, like hot spices too much. I might add just a little cayenne at the end, but as far as just hot peppers, I just don't do. But if you want it to be hot, you can add a Scotch bonnet pepper. You can add the chili powder that they make, that they use. If you want to keep it alkaline, definitely use the Scotch bonnet pepper or the African bird pepper, which I cannot get my hands on. Not that I'm trying though, because it is hot, they say. Okay, so our onions are nice and sauteed. Our bell peppers are soft as I want them right now. They're going to get a little softer as this dish cooks, so they don't have to be that soft. But we definitely want our onions to be translucent. So now we're going to add some tomato. And this is 3 Roma tomatoes. They were pretty big, but 3 of them. I should have got a bigger pot. And you want to cook your tomatoes down. So this may take a while. But you need all your flavors to infuse. Okay, so our tomatoes have sauteed down. They're all nice and soft, and our onions and bell peppers have all congealed together and come together to make sweet love. So now it is time to add our nut butter, which we're going to add walnut butter instead of peanut butter. And I'm going to do about 3 heaping tablespoons. If you are doing this for the first time, you can start off with about 2 just to see how you like it. You can always add more, but you can't take it away. So we're going to start with just 3. And if you're using like a more creamier one, then I would say 2 period, because it's going to spread out. And now we're going to add just a little bit of our broth, so we can mix in our butter. When making this dish, don't use the walnut butter that you've added a lot of sweetener to. This one I only added just a little bit, so it's not too sweet. You can't really taste it in your dish, but if you are using walnut butter to make a sandwich, then of course you want to make it sweeter. But if you're using it to cook a dish, then don't make it as sweet. And we're going to add a little more broth, because we don't want it to be too thick. We need it to be liquidy, so it'll cook our kale down when we put that in there. Now we're going to add our seasonings. I got some sea salt, ginger powder, and a little coriander seed grounded. They usually don't add the ginger and the coriander seed. I usually see they just add like salt and black pepper. But I've taken on the fact of I like ginger and everything, so I put ginger and everything, and I think the coriander seed just brightens it up just enough. So we're going to add that. And as this cooks, it will get thicker, so you will need to add more liquid as you go. Once you get all your kale in there, you can make it as thick as you like. If you like it very creamy, you can make it creamy. Just, it's all about the liquid and how much of the walnut butter you put in there. I think I want just a little bit more liquid.
Still recording?
Come on. Come on.
What is that? Let me taste that.
You know know I'm gonna use that before the intro, right? Like,
Yeah. It smells good. What is it?
this is the alkaline version of what Lucy used to make, the spinach and peanut stuff.
Okay. Say, oh look. Smelling good smelling good in the kitchen.
Right on, honey. Alright, so now that has marinated together, all our spices and seasonings are in there, we're just going to start adding our kale, handful at a time, and just cook it down. You don't want it to be overly cooked though. If you're like me, you use the wrong size pot, then definitely add a little bit at a time. You can go ahead, honey.
Too nervous or something? You scared I'm a photo bomb you? No. Stay happy. No. Man. See if you ain't talking shit about me.
Nah.
I think that I was saying. She there? No.
Alright, we'll add a little more water because the sauce is getting a little too thick. You're going to have to prejudge your water, right? Prejudge. Judging my water. I really do, because if it's not spring water, I'll be straight up judging it. But you're going to have to, like, there's no measurements for the water. Like, you're just going to have to keep adding water till you get a nice consistency and your greens are cooked. Alright, so now we have all our kale in there, and my sauce is kind of like I like it. It's going to get a little thicker, but that'll be good enough for right now. We're just going to cover this and let it cook on a medium heat for about 5 minutes or so. You just really want your kale to cook down. That's what you really want. Let it infuse with your sauce. Alright, so cover that, and I'm going to turn the heat down just a little bit, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Okay, so it has been about 5 minutes, a little over 5 minutes, because I did add more kale in there. I realized I had more sauce than I did the greens, so I added more kale, so it's probably been about 7-8 minutes, but we're going to check it now. Oh man, that smells so good, like so good. And our kale has cooked down. So what we're going to do now is just let this cook uncovered, so our sauce, the liquid, can evaporate a little bit. Again, this is going to be whatever you like, whatever your soul say yes to. If you like it to be really creamy, really runny, thin sauce, then add more water or veggie broth, but if not, then let it thicken up to your liking. This is also where we're going to taste it at for seasoning. If you're not happy with the seasoning, this is where you want to add some seasonings before you're totally done with it. So I am just going to pick up a little bit here, try not to burn my tongue. That is good to me. Really, really good to me. Alright, that is to my liking. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's try the side camera. See that? It looks a little lighter than the peanut version because peanut butter is usually a little darker than walnut butter. So it's not going to be as dark as the original version, but man, this is good. I really like this. So I'm just going to turn that off now. And I'll go get Happy and see if he'll do a taste test, since it's been a while since he's done a taste test. And he was secretly kind of mad at me because I didn't bring him down for a taste test of the chocolate. So we will right now go get him, plate this up in a little bowl, and see what he thinks. Be right back. Alright people, so we are back. I did find Happy. I just gotta call him, right? So, Happy! No, I'm just playing.
I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here.
Alright, so as I have prepared, honey, I don't know if you remember, like Lucy, when she used to make the spinach and peanut sauce stuff, and I used to bring some home so you could taste it. It was delicious, right? So now I have alkaline it to be alkaline, so we can say it's off of Dr. Sabi's list. And I just want you to try the alkaline version, see what you like. Alright.
A little hot there, a little hot.
Oh yeah, it's still steaming.
And hot.
This is good.
Yes, it is. Lucy will like this.
Yes, she would.
Yeah, this is good.
Now I just got a alkaline and fufu to go with it, and we'll be 100.
I'm about to say, where the fufu at?
Well, I haven't really done a lot of research on the fufu yet, so I got to do some research to see how I can alkaline it, like what flours I can use to make it like fufu. So until then, it's just the alkaline spinach and peanut sauce, but
Without the fufu.
But instead of the spinach and peanuts, we have kale and walnuts, and it is delicious. So try this out, people, especially if you like African dishes. Especially if you like African dishes. And until the next video, you guys stay happy.
Check it out.